What's going on, everyone, and welcome to another video. I'm BouseFeenux, and this is Watch It in Action, the series where I pick a weapon, show you a build, and talk a little about it. Today, we're covering a weapon I think flew right under the radar, the twin Kohmak. Let's jump in. For those of you unfamiliar, the twin Kohmak is a dual-hand shotgun secondary weapon in Warframe. The blueprint for this weapon can be found by defeating Kela Dathame on Sedna, and you can craft it at Mastery Rank 6. It has the unique mechanic where each successive shot increases your pellet count up to a maximum of 5 pellets per shot. This weapon is essentially a dual version of the Kohmak with no real stat increases compared to its singular version, except for the increased magazine size. The twin Kohmak features primarily slash damage with a little bit of puncture and impact to make up its base damage, but other than that, its stats are pretty unremarkable. As for the positives, the twin Kohmak is capable of delivering massive amounts of DPS on multiple targets at a time. It's one of the few weapons in the game with an 8 punch through and has just enough status chance to proc elements occasionally, meaning that it excels at absolutely trashing weaker mobs of enemies. Personally, I love using this weapon on infested missions with high enemy density. It pretty much melts chargers or any other weak infested units with its high slash damage. Oh, and did I mention that it's fully automatic as well? Now, unfortunately, like many weapons in Warframe, there are negatives. The twin Kohmak, while it does have a very large magazine size for a shotgun pistol, or for any weapon really, actually uses its ammo in increments, so basically 80 ammo doesn't mean 80 shots. Which means that the biggest Achilles heel for the twin Kohmak is its abysmal ammo economy. Additionally, the lack of critical chance and reliable status chance mean that you probably won't be taking this weapon to many of your high-end encounters. It's most likely because of these negatives and the very average stats on the twin Kohmak that you probably haven't heard of it, or maybe just didn't have much interest in it. I will say that I love bringing this thing out once in a while to blaze through and exterminate, or some other quick mission, as it's a hell of a lot of fun to use, and if you've got the inventory space and nothing better to do, I suggest giving it a chance. If we take a look at the build though, we can see that for what we get, our Forma investment is pretty steep. If you want to use primed heated charge on the twin Kohmak, which I recommend whenever possible, you'll need to drop about 5 Forma to fit the build you see here. By looking at the build in detail, we can see that I'm using Hornet Strike. This is a no-brainer mod, and it increases our damage across the board. Next up, we've thrown on Barrel Diffusion for multi-shot, and Lethal Torrent for more multi-shot, and a little bit of fire rate. The last mod on the top row can pretty much be whatever you want. I think it's hilarious to have as much fire rate on this thing as possible, and as such, I've chosen to use Pressurized Magazine, which gives us a 90% fire rate increase while aiming for a few seconds after reloading. Keep in mind that this will further destroy your already terrible ammo economy, and to get around that, I use Ammo Restores Aplenty, but you might want to throw on a pistol ammo mutation. If you don't like Pressurized Magazine or don't have one, Gunslinger works pretty well too. The bottom row of this mod setup was pretty much just reserved for elemental mods. Without crit or high status chance, I wanted to make sure I got the most damage out of this thing that I possibly could. If you don't have the primed heated charge, just use another 90% elemental. The 60% elemental at the end is because I didn't want to add more Forma for another 90% elemental, and the 60% elemental gives me the choice of using a single and combined elemental, or 2 combined elementals. For the example here, I'm using gas and electricity, but this can be anything you want. For the last part of this video, I want to show you how this weapon would perform against the average level top tier sortie enemy, which is basically around a level 100. Our first victims are of the infested variety, and with no shields or armor to protect them, our gas and slash build tears through them like a bad Taco Bell burrito tears through my bowels. Next up, we have a few humanoid corpus enemies, and even though they're shielded, our slash and viral damage pretty much bypasses those shields, and we're able to lay them out pretty quickly. Our final test is against a few armored corrupted enemies, and for those of you that are savvy in the way of how physical damage works, you won't be surprised to find that our slash damage falls off against these armored targets. Luckily, our corrosive and heat elemental combo jumps in to help us out, allowing us to beat out the weaker of these enemies. This heavily armored corrupted gunner isn't having any of our nonsense, though. And there you have it, folks, the twin Kohmak, a weapon I think kinda flew under everyone's radar. It isn't the best secondary you could choose, but it's a lot of fun and can take care of most things in the star chart without too much issue. That's gonna do it for me today, though. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to support it with a like. It helps out a ton. Also, if you're new here, consider subscribing for more Warframe content. We're almost at 20 freaking thousand subs. Holy crap. And if I get there, I might finally be bothered to learn that Constant Weapon Trail is on consoles too. Anyway, I'm BouseFeenux. This has been Watch It in Action. I'll see you guys at the next video, and as always, thank you so much for watching.